Congratulations to any of the new members that are here. Thank you for attending. Considering there's one core member in the channel at the moment. Thanks, everyone. The rest of them can go fuck themselves. So thank you to new members and welcome. All right, first thing is a secret world. Red Star. Hit us with what you've got, please.
Hello. I'm gonna be talking about Secret World today. Since last time we met, not too much has come out other than concept art and pertaining to new information about the game. I'm thoroughly disappointed. The only real nice spot is the cover of PC Gamer, which I do have in front of me here. And then you open it up, and it turns out it's only like a page and a half long. That was thoroughly disappointing. As pertaining to the division, we really need all the members to keep our thread at the top. That's the number one concern right now, is just keep that thread bumped and up at the top. And also, if you could, if you're not even in the division, if you could stop by and bump the thread and say hello, that would be very helpful. And if you see the Midnight Squadron thread, if you could bump that too. I will put some links in the chat here for you guys, so you have something to do while you're sitting there listening to Dark bore you to death. Other than that, though, not really any new released information. I mean, we're a long ways off from release, and Funcom has their heads spinning trying to work out the Facebook game they've got going here for beta access. As far as beta access and guild beta, we did have yeah, pretty much. We did have Dade did meet with one of the reps at IPL3, and he did promise him a bunch of nice stuff. However, he totally failed on that and apparently got robbed and lost all his information. Now that sounds pretty sketchy to me, but still trying to get in contact with that guy to get some beta keys here. In terms of beta, I haven't heard anything. I've been poking around. They still are, screwing around, slowly jerking it, as Nesfit kindly put it, when it comes to their the Secret War, which is, if you don't know, it's a Facebook game they're doing to try and trump up support for their game through social media. And yeah, so basically no beta yet. Bump the forums, and we'll keep looking for new members as we're a long way off from launch. There's really not much else to cover about the Secret World, so I will pass it off to Dark for his segue into the next segment of the meeting.
If you can, Red Star, for members in the channel that don't know what the Secret World's about, can you just give us a rundown of what the actual game's about?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that again. I guess there's lots of new members, and I'm sorry for not being considerate to you. The Secret World's an MMO set in the past/present time. It's a fantasy horror / sci-fi MMO, which unfortunately has big RP contingent. Yes, it has lots of zombies. Basically, the PvP aspect of the game is going to be there's going to be battlegrounds. Each city, each main hub city is going to have a free-for-all zone where you can go and fight there. There's going to be territory control and King of the Hill. If you want to know more about the game, I'll be posting links, and also we have lots of links in the forums, so I don't want to go too far into detail. But that's what the PvP aspects of the game are. There are 3 factions. We're going to be playing Dragon Faction, and they're going to be based in Seoul in-game. Yeah, Resh is right. If you could, please stop typing, because I keep hearing the pinging noise in my ear, and it's kind of getting distracting. Other than that, yeah, sorry. Other than that, yeah, it's a fantasy-based MMO. It's going to be lots of fun, and I urge you to check out the links. I'll be posting below after Dark takes over and we go on to the next segment. Yeah, Zest, ping me, tell me how to turn it off, please.
Alright, thanks, Victor. So we're going to whip through this quickly so we can get to everyone's been waiting for, the old day was. So the next item on the list, if you've had it in front of you, probably not, is Data Mag and a bit of a Guild Wars 2 update. If you do have any questions, sorry, I should ask that first. Any questions for the secret word? Just ping them or post them to me now. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Dark. You're sounding just a little muffled.
That's because I spent 12 hours at work yesterday and a bunch of screaming fucking kids. 20,000 of them, so I apologise. Alright, there's no questions, so Gator, you want to take over? Tell us about Guild Wars, please.
Alright, well, everyone's here for Star Wars, so I'm not gonna hassle anyone with telling what we know so far with Guild Wars 2 or anything like that, but basically where the game's at, they said that they'll be releasing closed beta before the end of the year, and they haven't had signups or anything, so they have a little time to do that. So if anybody has any information or has beta invites, let me know. I thought I did have someone in beta, but their key was apparently not legit or whatever. So yeah, don't break any NDA or anything, but it's be really helpful to know and get on the closed beta forums if they're gonna have any to be able to promote our guild there. If you didn't notice, we just had a guild spotlight on Guild Wars 2 Journal. Just another way to get our name out there. With the game, I guess nothing really else to tell. All our threads, you can just go on Guild Wars, part of our website, check out the threads. I'll cover everything. I don't need to go over mechanics and the PvP and crafting and all BS. So to promote recruitment right now, because we don't have that many Guild Wars 2 members, we have about 6 different sites that we're using, and that's in the Guild Wars 2 section under Guild Wars 2 promotion, and the sites are there, but the main one is Guild Wars 2 Guru. And if you can go there and try to, I think you can invite or try to get into the guild. There's a social group, and then I can accept your invite, or you can just PM me and I can send you an invite. But the more members we have, the better it'll look. So right now we're behind, I think, 2 actual guilds, and that aren't like just RP alliances or whatever. So I mean, I guess with the game 2, they still haven't released the 8th class, but most likely Mesmer, if you are following at all, maybe has a different name, but it's probably going to be the same thing. I guess that's about it, though. Everyone's here for Star Wars. Probably no one's probably going to have any questions, but if you have questions, go ahead and PM me now.
All links
And
all links to the recruitment threads and stuff will be posted. They're in the forums already. We'll get you a link for that, and the officers will post them in the chat box as well. So we just ask everyone to bump them while we're here. Just go up and bump them and say hello.
yeah, if you need to know anything about policies, they're basically the same. Goals are a little bit different for Guild Wars 2, but those are in the Guild Wars 2 forum section. I have like 5 sticky threads, so there's a lot of Star Wars people that, if depending on how long after Star Wars releases Guild Wars 2 comes out, they might switch over to Guild Wars 2, and since we have like 100 members, and if we get a small amount of that, we'll still get a lot more, maybe double our members in Guild Wars 2. But yeah, I guess that's it. So, no questions, so might as well just move on. Star Wars, heard Lord of the, or not Lord of the Rings, LOL, League of Legends.
Lord of the Rings, yeah. If there's any questions, just PM them now, please. I actually quite excited about Guild Wars 2 personally. It looks very good. Some of the PvP looked fantastic. Just the fact you can run around and cast while you're moving as well, which is just cool. Because I hate snapping and casting.
You don't have to stand in one place
Yeah, that
and
shit's
press
me.
1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3. But yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
find out the game, just watch YouTube videos. They have good trailers. The dragon fights are sweet. They look like they're gonna have some good, large scale, guild friendly combat PvP and PvE wise, and world v world. So there you go.
And there's
Yeah,
water
definitely.
combat.
Yeah, there's two different combats. There's water, underwater, and water. Oh, land as well. So I suggest everyone looks at it anyway. It looks very good.
And here's the link to Guild Wars 2 Guru for our forum. Get an invite to the group.
Yes, they have Ewoks and speeders in Guild Wars 2. You just can't see them. They're invisible.
And Wampas.
Alright, if there's no questions, Gator, no questions?
No, nothing. All Star Wars
Fantastic.
people.
What's up with people? Alright, we'll move on. The next item on the agenda is the League of Legends division. This was supposed to be Hollis and Red Star, but Hollis is having some issues, I think, with his computer. So, Red Star, you're probably the most knowledgeable at this point. You want to take it from here?
Yeah, sure. About League of Legends, if to any of the new members who do play, do PM me after this meeting, Red Star on the forums, and we'll get you out to play with us. Hopefully, after we can play some League of Legends and get a 5v5 at least going. We got a lot of people in here right now. As the division goes, it's going well. We're moving into ranked teams with Season 2 now that it's out of preseason. It's a little practical joke, but I don't know if somebody in this guild or another guild made a guild launch and took that Animosity name as soon as it launched, because that name was gone within 10 seconds of the rank teams being implemented. And it's like a guild launch guild with like 3 members. It was complete troll of the League of Legends rank teams. But we do have a rank team up. What we'll be doing is, come the 15th, we did have an ELO set for applying to make it. That's going to be changed, and we're gonna have tryouts for the ranked team. We're gonna run more than one ranked team, of course, but that's coming all December 15th, in the middle of December. Right now, it's just practicing, really. Getting comfortable with one role, support, DPS, tank, carry, anything like that, heals. So that's basically it for League of Legends. Yeah, if you're playing and you're new, PM me after, or drop down to the channel and we'll have some fun and league. Don't want to keep you SWTOR people waiting though. So yeah.
Also, hang on a second, Dark.
Oh, Hollis, go ahead.
Red Star will be playing Tor, so I don't know if there's any League of Legends members on right now. Are there any?
Specifically, going through, I don't see. Becca counts. Becca doesn't count. And Lazy, you cannot play Ashe. Not right now. There isn't. There was a couple that I talked to earlier today. 2 were working, and one was I don't know, had a previous commitment to make.
Alright, well, Beck, you're here. So just so you know, we will be looking for someone to take over the League of Legends division now that we're getting closer to the launch of TSW and that Red will be playing Tor with us. So keep that in mind, and we'll be making a post shortly.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that just the future of the League of Legends division. Because of the way League of Legends is, we'll be definitely keeping it as a division, because it's one of those games that you can just sort of go on every now and then and have a bit of a bash. It's definitely a fun game just to, well, don't play it, but a lot of you guys do. So we're definitely keeping around. So if there was any members that were wondering, just because Star Wars, we are a community still, so we're definitely keeping the division around.
Yeah, and a lot of the players who are max level and play a lot of ranked actually are Star Wars members first, and not totally devoted to the League of Legends division too. So it's one of those games that you don't have to be totally devoted to it to play it like competitively. As Dark said, you can pick it up and come back to it and have a lot of fun from it. But yeah, that's about it for me in League. Moving on, I guess, to Sotor.
Almost. I just want to say thank you to Wayland as well. Representing Midnight Squadron, he is.
There's a few of us in here.
Is there? I
Yeah,
only
we
saw
have
you.
There's Obi.
Aaron and Oberon.
Ah, sorry. Didn't see you neither. Well, hello, gentlemen.
See how it is.
Oh, you miss a
there's-
bear.
Yeah, how'd you miss that one?
Representing boys. Anyway, Gatormag had something he wanted to bring up, so Gatormag, please.
Yeah, it's kind of fitting because it was on Midnight Squadron 2. It never really was guild wide that the alliance was going to be for Guild Wars 2, but after been talking to Zeus and playing with people in Guild Wars 1, and I think it's an obvious, whether it's official or whatever we want to call it, Midnight Squadron 2 is going to be a guild that we're going to be playing with in Guild Wars 2 as well. So we're going to organize with them in that. And then also with Guild Wars 1, prior to launch, we have been doing it before, but we've slacked lately on getting our Hall of Monument rewards. So we're going to start doing that again. Get our... most of it's basically heirloom gear, what it looks like. Some of it's like random cats and pets and BS. But yeah, if you have Guild Wars 1, you'll want to do that. But if you don't, and you want to play Guild Wars 2, it's not suggested. I wouldn't recommend it at all to get Guild Wars 1 just for the Hall of Monument rewards. Because you're going to have to get Guild Wars 1 and then Eye of the North just to be able to get Hall of Monuments and to be any good and to be able to do any of the dungeons, get money, blah blah blah. You're going to need the other 2 expansions too. So the money adds up. So don't do it. Unless you have it. But that's all the rest I had.
Sorry, Red Star, you were saying? It's the same for the Secret World?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that like I've been talking to Dara-san from MS about possible cooperation we could be doing between our guilds, and it's going along well too. Definitely as we get closer to launch, though, we'll be releasing more information about that to the guild, both guilds, as we work the finer details of that arrangement out.
Yeah, there will be a lot of stuff between us and Midnight Squadron in the future. When we do have the Star Wars release plan, which will outline what we will be doing with Midnight Squadron on release, and then obviously for the other games that we have will be further information when that comes around. So I had just posted their website link in the chat box. So if everyone wants to just sign up to their website and say hello to the boys over there, they're definitely a great good bunch of guys. So definitely, if there's no one here, you can go talk to them. So
I mentioned I talked to Zeus for Guild Wars 2. He's the executive officer for Midnight Squadron, but also Oberon's here. He's the commanding officer for Guild Wars 2. So just some ranking structure for you to know who you want to talk to.
yeah, I have no clue how their structure works. I'm still confused by it. I just talk to all the guys in charge.
He's confused about our structure as well, so don't feel bad, guys.
I get confused easily. That's pretty much it for the in awaiting divisions. If there's any questions about that, just PM us now, me or Hollis. I think Hollis, you still here?
Yes.
All right, are you happy? Can you talk now?
Yeah, from time to time.
Excellent. All right. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Cycle through all the crap I've got at the bottom of my screen. As we've just gone over, we still ask if, even though I understand most of you guys are playing Star Wars, we still ask to just sign up to the recruitment threads for our other games. At the end of the day, we are a gaming community and we promote ourselves as such. So, you know, when Star Wars does, for you personally, come to an end, and you know you want to look for something else, you know, we hope that we'll have other options for you to play and stay in the community and stay around for many years to come. So with that, that will be the end of our general meeting. Unless Hollis, you got anything else?
No, I'm all set.
All right, we're just going to have a quick 5-minute break. So if you need to go to the toilet, get a drink, do whatever you guys do, go do that now, and we'll re-adjourn in about 5 minutes. All right. First things first. We have a launch plan, and we were going to read it out, but I don't know if that's such a good idea because it's big. So, all right. Ironfield, seeing as people can understand you more than me, guess what?
Can read it out.
He's going to read it out for you all.
Right, give me a sec to bring it up then.
I've got
And
the-
congrats to Ironfield as the new officer. We congratulated new members and woot woot, there you go.
Congrats, Ironfield. And I need to plug MS's meeting again, just because. So if you can attend their meeting, that would be great to show a bit of animosity support for those boys. Like I said, it's very hard for us because it's like fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, and no offense, I ain't getting up for that.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are.
fuck it,
You're
if
a
I
little
get up at
girl. You
3:30,
can
you
fucking
lot
be up
can.
anyway.
Is it a,
And
is it a tour specific meeting?
It is.
Okay.
And as thank you for all the applications we had for the master crafter position. We have made a decision, and that would be Cow. Say hello, Cow.
Hello.
That's my man right there. So, as for crafting, myself and Cow will be heading up. We'll also be running the guild bank. So, for those who don't craft, just take the harvesting skills and send all your mats to myself and Cow, or put them in the guild bank, and they'll be distributed as needed. And then we will have a spreadsheet at some point, or some other place you can go to find out what people can craft and put in orders for gear at a later stage. So if you have any questions about that, ask Cow.
Nice.
Where do I want you to start from?
All mats?
All mats. Unless you need to use them. If you want to use them yourself, that's fine. But if you're not using them, yeah, send them to the guild bank or myself or Cow. As I said, this launch plan's long. It will be posted in the on the front page as soon as the meeting's done for everybody to read. It is considerably long, so we do ask everybody just to read through it. There's some pretty good information in there. So, Ian, if you just want to start with our leveling expectations.
Right, you want me to read this verbatim?
Yeah.
Right, gents, get ready for walls of text. Right, leveling expectations for Star Wars. Tours a different genre of MMORPGs. They're previous titles we have played as a guild, and that the story and the dialogue have a large impact on the gaming experience. With that said, the leveling expectations have been lowered to allow all Animosity members to engage in the story and still meet guild progress. For those new to the guild, the leveling expectations refer to a set period of time in which all members of the guild must reach level cap, so the guild can concentrate on endgame. By setting a predefined benchmark, it will help facilitate our endgame progression through raiding, whilst maintaining our player group. Animosity is coming up to 3 years of history. Congrats to everybody for being around for that long. With leadership very experienced, even prior to Animosity, as up to the pattern of events that take forward after launch day. The expected scenario is that a division will occur between the power levelers and the core, whilst we comprise of most of our members, usually a fair distance behind in levels. To counter this scenario, as per the launch of other divisions and games of interests we have run in the past, we set a guild-wide leveling expectation to guide members as to the schedule of Animosity's progression in game. With that said, after consultations amongst all leadership and from leadership currently in beta, we have set the leveling expectations to a generous 6 weeks, with every member must be at cap. We are still deciding as upon when that should go into effect, whether it's from the 20th or onwards, but 6 weeks we believe is fairly generous. If you have any questions, PM one of the officers with regards to this fact. Note, we do allow for special consideration on a case-by-case basis, such as those currently serving overseas or those with work, family or student commitments. Our usual course of action is to drop players off our roster until said member has fully retained to the guild and has reached cap. It is important for the guild to set the leveling expectations as clearly defined as a healthy path for the Animosity's presence in game. Right,
Just stop you there, Ryan. There are, because I was talking about this before with the officers, because of talk coming out at Christmas, and also the fact that the staggered release date that BioWare have, we will take that into consideration. The 6 weeks will start pretty much upon official launch. I'm not going to start it on the early access. We'll start it on the official launch. So from the launch date, you'll have 6 weeks. Personally, I got to like level 15 in 1 day, so it's an easy ask, and the only reason it is so easy because we had a fairly bit of experience with this on Rift release. By all means, we're not casual, so don't we still expect a fair bit from our members. It's just Rift opened our eyes to certain things, and from that experience, we've just changed a few things around to make it a bit easier. And there are reasons for it. As I said the other day, people hate me for this, but unfortunately, Zerg guilds win. As much as you don't want to say that, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. You probably about a month, 2 months after launch, you're going to lose about 30% of your member base. So that's why our recruiting process is a little bit easier than it has been in the past. So that's generally the reason why we have 6 weeks. So just a brief outline for that. If you want to continue on, I am.
Right, yeah, let's. Weekly leveling targets. The following is a guide for all members to set personal goals for launch day to week 6. You don't have to achieve these, but it would be recommended to do so. Week 1, level 15. 2, level 24. Week 3, level 30. Week 4, level 36. Week 5, level 42. And week 6, level 50. Yes, in case you didn't know, there's only 50 levels in this, not 85 as somebody in the beta mentioned. Note, it is not vital that you maintain the target for each week, however it is recommended that to strive to maintain your progress so you can group with other Animosity members in each leveling area. As long as you reach cap by the end of the 6th week, you will be fine. As you may be aware, we do have a buddy leveling system in place at the moment, and that's our next point. On launch day, all members are highly encouraged to group up with one other member of the same class. The reason for doing so is as follows. For levels 1 to 10, each class starts out as a starting planet, which is basically perceived as the introduction area to the game. Sith warriors and Sith inquisitors start on one planet, and bounty hunters and imperial agents on the other. On this planet, for your class, you will have the main story arc for your class, along with several heroic 2+ missions and one heroic 4+ mission, plus pick up quests along the way. The reason for the same class pairings is that main story arc quests vary dramatically from each class, and to ensure that most efficient leveling program, it is therefore highly recommended that you pair up with classes of the same class, and you can go from point to point without having to detour. I don't believe it's mentioned here, but you can, as discovered in the beta, allow for other members of the same class to partake in your instance. Just a little FYI for you guys. In launch day, there will be hundreds of players in the starting areas. Some of the quests are kill quests and some are collectible quests. It is therefore highly to your advantage to group with other Animosity members to get tag kills and collect items in teams. Each kill counts towards both members in each group, and some collectibles are counted for both as well. The experience deprecation for working in two-man groups is minimal. BioWare wanted to encourage a grouping up in tour, so the experience difference between two-man and solo is quite minimal. However, anything greater than 2 men, say a full party of 4, will see you notably change in the experience you gather for kills. The most important part to make for the starting area on launch day is that you want to get away from it as soon as possible and to get ahead of the herd of other players on the servers we roll. Therefore, it is highly recommended that you group in pairs to get the quest done as soon as possible. Guild dailies, that's our section 3, 3.1 PvP. As we all know, in Tor, PvP will primarily exist in war zones similar to the battlefields or battlegrounds and WoW. Tor will have several different varieties, and the developer's goal will be to offer tokens as rewards, which can be exchanged for PvP gear. I don't know if they've taken out the low-level stuff. Alright, I'll read from script. The extent in which we will participate in PvP in the early game will depend on 2 things. First, the ability to our members to maintain and exceed the required leveling objectives. Second, the overall XP generation of PvP. If you can properly level at an acceptable pace doing nothing but PvP, then we will not shun this method, as we are PvP focused. However, we ask that you find that the PvP is too time-consuming without proper gains or rewards and levels, that you hold off until you have met your level goals for the time period. We will, however, arrange for some good old-fashioned guild PvP time to break the stress and monotony of the PvE grind. The exact times will be determined at set after launch. As endgame approaches, we will shift to a more regular PvP time frame as we are begin the open world and organize PvP encounters throughout the game. 3.2 Flashpoints. Flashpoints are PvE instances. There will be early game, mid-game, and late game flashpoints, and they are the equivalent to group dungeons in most any other MMO. We will very heavily incorporate these into our schedule throughout the PvE leveling progress. We will run these as often as necessary as members reach the required levels to ensure that necessary gear or items obtained through the flashpoints are awarded to our members within reason. We will also have a minimum 1 day a week devoted to helping our lower level players run these flashpoints, as the bulk of our members will move past the early encounters. However, we will not shun any member who takes their time to help lower level members level up or gain items at any time outside the designated hours.
Yeah, just hang on, Scott. Yeah, just with that, guys. It is appreciated if you are a higher level and you do see members that need help with flashpoints or are struggling to do some quests. It's very appreciated to go back and help those members, and we do notice those things. So yeah, please do help out other members. Now can continue on.
Yep. 3.3 Heroics. Heroics are missions that require more than one person to complete at the proper level. They will be done as our members reach their quests with a buddy leveling system. It should not be difficult to make sure that everyone gets through them. If you fall behind and do not complete them while the majority of the member base is on them, we will review the quest and see if his rewards is reasonable enough to ensure every member completes the heroic. There is, as always, no penalty for any member who helps another member get through these quests. 4. Crafting.
Yeah, just skip that on.
Fair enough.
can read
You
that.
want to go down to the leadership roles, or just go straight down to raid schedule?
Yeah, just hash over the leadership roles. I'll do that. Just
Yeah, go over leadership roles.
yeah, that's just for crafting. Yeah, at this point we do have leadership structured at the bottom, which we'll go through later. With the crafting, as I said, Cal and myself will be in charge of the crafting, and then we'll have a person appointed for each different crafting type as well. So those would be the go-to people to get for the orders for the guild to get put through. So you can. That's all in the plan, which will be you got to read after the meeting. So you can read through that yourself. You can skip down to raid schedule. Line.
Right. Section 5, raid schedule. Please note that all these raid times are preliminary at best. All members of the raid for the evening are expected to arrive and be at the entrance of the raid no later than 15 minutes prior to the start of the raid. All members are expected to have the necessary equipment, buffs, and on the characters and ready to be used. So, all
Yeah.
consumables and such like.
I'll just interrupt there. That is a big one for me. I raided a lot in other MMOs, and I expect everybody there to be 15 minutes. If I'm running a raid and you're not there at least 10 minutes before the raid, I will kick you and I will find somebody else that is ready. That is definitely a big one. So if you can't make a raid or you're going to be late, make sure that you make people aware so we can replace you.
Have you guys decided the days we're gonna raid yet, or no?
Let's
Yes,
come to that part.
we will come to that shortly. As Ian said, these are preliminary at best. They are definitely subject to change because not everyone's going to be happy or shit will change. So, but we will be having as many raids as possible.
Right, raid members chosen will be based on the following in this order. This is raid criteria to raid. Class requirement. Second, player activity in the guild. Includes previous activity and current forum activity. And 3, player activity in game. An example of the above, Bob and Tom are both Sith warrior tanks, and we need just one. Bob comes on 4 days a week for 5 hours per day, but has been with the guild for 2 years and constantly active on their forums and TeamSpeak and the game of interest. Tom is on every other day of the week with at least 7 hours, but in the past year has sparsely posted on the forums, rarely comes on TeamSpeak. Bob gets to go to the raid, and Tom gets to think about all the time he chose not to put into the guild. Raid times are to be assumed 3 hours in length, but will be modified as required based on the raid length and difficulty, and may be shifted to start an hour earlier and end an hour later. All raid times are completely dependent on player availability at the time of the raid. If we find that we have more numbers on different days and times than the above, changes will be made and best fit the guild, and depending on raid lockout timers, the days may be adjusted. 5.1. Alright.
We don't. I've noticed in some guilds they have you have a specific raid group. We're trying to have probably when the game's released there will be that just because obviously hopefully some of the raids will be harder to clear. So you need the people that have done it before and know what they're doing. But after that, generally the raids won't have consistent members. Well, they will try, but they'll still be open to everybody. So hopefully everyone's going to get a shot to get in the raids, and definitely activity will be a part of that. So the more active you are, and the more you put into the guild, is the more you're going to get out of it. So just always remember that.
Right. This is the North American raid times we're proposing. Raid 1. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Seaboard time to 11 p.m. Eastern Seaboard. Thursdays, 8 p.m. to 11, and Saturdays, 8 p.m. to 11. Raid 2, secondary, depending on player availability. Tuesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Seaboard to 1 a.m. Wednesdays, 10 to 1, and Saturdays, again, 10 to 1. For our Oceanics, Mondays at 10 p.m. CDT to 1 p.m. Tuesdays, 10 p.m. to 1, and Saturdays 10 to 1. European raid times have not been set as yet due to the limited player base of Europeans at this time. However, US raid times may be adjusted to 6 to 7 p.m. to accommodate European players, while most West Coast and some Oceanic members can take advantage of a 10 p.m. Eastern Seaboard start time. We are going to try and expand our European member base in the coming weeks, but as it stands at the moment, there's only about 14 or 15 of us. Section 6, Guild Creation. Just before the early access begins, BioWare will be moving our guild's mini-site from the tour boards in-game. We will still be able to access the mini-site on the boards, but all administration features will be removed. Before this happens, all members will have to be signed up on the mini-site or risk losing their position in guild.
That's already happened, so if you hadn't signed up, it's too freaking bad now. On the boards, we actually had 90 members on there, so I'm not entirely sure where all of them are, but probably having a
We
nausea
have
with cane.
87-ish.
90, actually. I looked at it before.
Or 90.
Yeah. So it's already been done, so the guild is in game.
6.1 Criteria. The criteria for the guild to be moved in game is as follows. Well, that's all done, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, just skip it. Just get a character admission there. People probably don't understand how they're going to get their character into the guild.
Yep. 6.2 Character admission. Once the pre-launch guild program has ended, which it has, all guilds will be contacted via email, we're still missing that, about the important starts of their game. Guilds that were successfully imported will be notified on which servers they have been placed on. Once early game access begins, the first character you create on the assigned server will be automatically invited to join your guild. You can choose to accept or decline the invitation. If declined, you will be invited again each time you create a character on the server, unless you select the option in the Ignore Future Invites. So, first character you create, you get an invite as long as it's on the same server the guild's based off. As for confirmation of that, we're still waiting BioWare to tell us where we're going. Now, 7, Alliance Program, and there's bugger all in there. So,
Yeah, we're
you want to
still-
expand on that?
Still hashing out the details with the Wayland and stuff about the Alliance program. We do have a few things in place. As for the new members that don't know, essentially the deal us and Midnight Squadron have is that if members of each particular guild don't want to play, say, like for us, if you don't want to play Empire, you can go play with, still be a part of Animosity, go play with Midnight Squadron on the Republic side. I assume, well, I hope we're on the same server, which I think we are. So you still be part of it, you're the guild you've applied for, but you'll be able to play whatever side you want. And then later down the track, if you do want to make an alt on the opposite side, you will be able to join in with the guilds on either side. That's just so you're always going to have somebody to play with. And as for PvP and stuff, we're still looking into the details of being able to some friendly PvP against each other. Things like being able to actually fight against each other in PvP instances, stuff like that. So as yet, we don't have anything in there, but it will be updated as we get more information.
Right, loot rules. Loot will be mainly controlled by the raid leaders. Most endgame content has a token system, so it will not require any role system in place. Guild heroics and flashpoints are the exception to this rule. With that in mind, we'll be implementing the simple system to follow. Main healers, main tanks. Once launch hits, the guild leadership will announce several main healers and main tanks. If you're in the party with these appointed members, they will be taken priority on gear over the rest of the party. As yet, we have not decided on the method of selecting these members or how many will be chosen. First call. If a main healer or tank is not in the party or they pass on the dropped item, the raid leader will announce first call. If a member requires the dropped item for their main character, then they will roll for it. The highest roll will receive the item. Second call. If no members require the item on the first call, the raid leader will call second call. Upon second call being answered by members, they will roll on the item for their companion. In the unlikely situation when the item is still available after the first and second calls have been announced, then the item will be placed in the care of the raid leader. Two options will be available for the raid leader. 1. Bound items. If the item is mined on pickup, then the item will be given to the highest roller for them to do as they please. If they're unbound items, then the raid leader will keep the item and deposit it in the guild bank for other members to use at a later date. Draws. In the event that two members happen to roll the same high score, they will roll again until there's a clear winner. Right, now we get down to the tool leadership structure. TeamSpeak, all leadership. In-game roster management, Desi, Hollis and Dark. In-game message of the day, guild events calendar, Desi and Hollis. Guild bank, guild crafting, Dark, and of course now we've got Cal, although I don't know how that's going to play out. And that, ladies and gents, is the full synopsis for our launch plan.
What about name saving?
Name
Well,
saving.
We'll try for those who get pre-access to get about with it, but
Yes.
no promises.
Yeah, look, we'll try and set something up because, like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to get in the game early access because I haven't pre-ordered. I'm waiting to see what the fuck Bioware do with Australians. But we might set up a thread. If some of the members that do get early access are able to save our names that we want, then by all means we can do that. But unfortunately, as Ian said, there are no promises, but we can try and set something up for that because I'll definitely be trying to get my name saved.
Well,
Which
so
is
then
dark.
get out of hand, maybe we can have like a meeting instead of just like a thread, or a thread would work, I guess, if you have like a person's name and then like under their name the amount of names they can save, like spots almost, and then fill up the spots like that, I guess.
Well, we've got 8 character slots, so we could try and accommodate something like that.
Oh, I mean, the fact is, if you're friends with somebody, if we know somebody well enough in the guild, just go talk to them, ask them to do it for you. Just say, me or Hollis, anyone, just come up and go, oh look, can you reserve this name for us? And we'll do our best to do that.
Well, I would.
Yeah, if you are going to save names, just tell somebody you got their name so they don't get all stressed out of the whole situation.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be bugging out about if their name's going to be taken or not. So it could get a little chaotic if we just start throwing names at people and telling them to save names and not doing it like formally, because then you can throw like 10 names at someone and then they're like, whoa, I just got all these names and I can only have 8 other slots for character names.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want to get out of hand or anything. It should. I mean, realistically, a lot of these you guys have got like distinct names, so there are exceptions to that, like mine, and I mean I can just change mine. I don't mind changing it. I'll just put dark in front of it, but the majority shouldn't have an issue. But like I said, just go ask somebody that you know in the guild to do it for you. No issues there. There is already a thread up, I think. So.
Can I just ask now? Does anyone know they're getting in 5 days early and would like to save Judas for me, please?
Shut up.
I'm pretty certain I could try.
Who said that?
Bural, sorry, Bural.
Yeah, dude. If
Yeah.
you can, if you get in, like I'll keep in touch with you, obviously. And I think we know what day we get in. Either next week, I think it is. They let you know how early you're in. So if you do get the first day, if you could save that for me, I would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, I pre-ordered a game a couple hours actually before it went live on the site. My buddy, Ghost from Animosity, he works at GameStop. He called me before it went live on the site, and I pre-ordered it and paid it off in full. So if that matters, but hope.
All right.
5 days or so.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
fascinating. Talk about this after the meeting, please. All right.
Sure.
I think I have a few questions here, actually. Sin, what is the protocol upon meeting MS or any other allies on the server, world PvP wise?
Kill slash vow.
Kill them.
Kill them!
Kill them, pretty much. Waylon, you got anything to add to that?
You can try. You'll
Kill
try.
them and payback. Yeah, Desmond's got it
I
right.
mean, if you want to die and make your burial there, then we'll be happy to facilitate that death.
Yeah, essentially, we're not. We're still on the opposite side. So look, we are by all means go for gold on them. That's fine. It's just at the end of the day, we're friends. But Yeah,
Um,
that was the
there-
idea behind it, really.
Therefore, there will be no repetitive griefing going on
Ah,
between us and
yes.
MS. If you're
Yes.
caught griefing, you have 0 excuses, so you'll be kicked from the guild.
Yeah, yeah, that is one thing. You know, PvP's fine, but
Just to clarify, griefing would be killing them after you stop receiving XP for killing them.
Griefing would be more about killing them repeatedly, camping their spawn points. I mean, if you see the guy and you want to run up and just kill him for fun, you know, that's fine.
From what I know, you can kill them 3 times and then you stop really receiving anything.
Well, if I see Resh around, I'm gonna camp him for like hours. Just saying.
that's fine. He's not part
That's
of
okay.
Animosity.
He's not MS.
You can do that.
Well, he's hardcore. He can handle it.
Yeah, look, I think we all know what griefing is, so if it does just get out of hand, please don't. You can do it to anyone else, I don't give a shit. But MS. Actually, no, I don't really like griefing at all. So, try not to do it. Well, that's it. I got a question from Lazy. What the fuck is Vex? Or now official allies? No, they're not. Well, the only official ally we have is MS. Oh, an agent, but they're kind of still a part of us. So. Yeah.
1 second on that.
Negative.
I could be wrong, Olive.
They are officially our allies. Sorry to interrupt here. Our adversaries are Agent and Midnight Squadron. Officially,
Just
we have
because they're on that Star Wars board doesn't make them official with us. The deal with Vex is currently is Vex was around when we were playing Earthrise, and we had started a preliminary alliance with them and a few other guys.
Oh, there goes Hollis. Yeah, look, on that, I think you can put just anyone in there. So
You can, yeah.
there's like a bunch of guilds with us on there, and there's quite a few with MS as well. So it's not official, and it's never been talked about in leadership. So as far as I'm concerned, no. I think
trolls.
yeah, no, what it is, I think people are doing it because I don't know why they want to do it, why they want to be associated with us, or they want to be on our server for some competition. I don't know, but
Just
essentially,
ignore them, and if it comes up, say that we're not in alliance because we're not going to be able to
yeah, there is no
deny everyone.
official contact between us and them. So.
Okay,
That I know of.
that's the point, because the only reason I put it out there is that we're not their allies on their forums, so I just wanted to make sure that wasn't just
As far as
a
I know,
unilateral kind of agreement.
everybody can do it. They can put whoever they want on their allies, adversaries. So
If there are allies, you'll see it on our forums, very obviously.
Roger that.
there is one guild that you can kill relentlessly. That's Sith Corps. We had a bit of an issue with them. Thank you, Oberon. So kill them as much as you like. There is. I'm going to talk to this about Wayland and Oberon. I haven't yet, but I'm going to set up like a bit of a hit list. So if there's somebody on like Republic or on Empire side that, or Republic side that, you know, Sith Corp, MS don't like, then we'll be able to target them and vice versa. So
I fully support that. That's awesome.
That's the whole thing, because the Sith Corps was kind of going to be our official or non-official ally in this game, and I personally put on a shitload of posts on their recruitment and all this bollocks, and just like I did on Midnight Squadron, but that kind of just disappeared, and that's kind of why I'm mentioning this whole situation here. Is Vex going to be another a possible Sith Corps situation, or is this like the real deal now? Because if it's official, then it could possibly become another Sith Corps situation, if you get what I'm saying.
No, it's not official. I've never talked to their leadership, and as far as I know, none of the other officers or leaders have talked to their leadership. It's just something they've done themselves. As for the Sith Corps thing, that I think, or MS knew it was going to end badly, and I could see it was. It's unfortunately it's to do with Sith Corps leadership.
Absolutely. I mean, that was clear as daylight on MS recruitment threads right there, and I feel bad for having posted kind words, so to speak, on Sith Corps
recruitment threads, and doing the exact same thing on MS threads, and that was just really weird the way that Animosity was kind of being diplomatically correct in a really awkward situation there.
Yeah, look, I apologise for that. Like we were friends with him. Kiao has come from the Sith course. We did have. I won't go into details, but there were some issues within the Sith Corps. It spilled over to us and MS, or it started from MS, I guess. But that's all in the past now. So at this stage, only allies we have, or allies and adversaries will be Midnight Squadron. If there are any that come up, we just had one approach us recently. We've denied that because they're pretty god awful website. We will let the community know. So as of now, only Midnight Squadron.
And when it comes to alliances, that's for Star Wars: The Old Republic, because Agent is not a guild or an ally of the Guild Wars 2 division, and Midnight Squadron pretty much is. You can assume that, but it's not in the same way the Tor is.
Yeah, look, I'm confused about the whole agent thing. I always have been. So they just do their thing, we do our thing. We're all friends at the end of the day. Just means it. Alright, moving on. Question from Boyings: is there a policy on having PvP flag on? I don't know.
We'll be on a PvP server.
So
there won't be a flag.
Be my guess, yeah.
We're not going to try to nanny people and what they do, like with their free time. I mean, we don't want people being assholes and making our guild look bad because they have the Animosity logo. But when it comes to playing with the guild, that's when we'll actually tell you guys what you guys need to do. You can guys dick around, do whatever you want. You can play by yourself.
Yeah, we won't tell you how to play the game. Play the game how you want. A good question from Sin. Will there be a hit list bounty board with screenshots giving guild bonuses? Abso-freaking-lutely. I love that shit. We will have a bounty board. So if your members piss you off, you can post a bounty. And the guild will have bounties as well. Does anyone know if there's a guild bank? Oh, not a guild bank, but like a guild tax system at all? I didn't get to play with the guild in the beta. So.
Yeah, there is.
Wicked. So yeah, there'll be bounties on people that come from the guild. So if you do have any issues with somebody, like Wayland, you can post a bounty on his head. It's funny. By all means, we'll set that up on launch, I guess. Okie dokie. I think that's all the questions. Any more questions? Yes? No? Maybe? Yeah, bounties. If you want to get the bounty, you need to screen share their corpse. Anyone ripping me off? There's no more questions on that point, so we'll move on to the next lot of things. Leadership expectations of members on release. This has been brought up with leadership in our forums about what we expect of members when the game is released. There isn't too much of an expectation, just that people still go on the forums. So before launch, before you go in game, we just jump on the forums, or if you can be in the forums at the same time, that's good too. We are a community, and we would like to remain one and not have everybody playing Tor and the boards be completely dead. So there will still be the policy of 2 weeks, posting once every 2 weeks on the forums. And if you don't, you will be kicked, no matter how good you are. Unless it's me, because I'm fucking fantastic. And TS activity, same thing. If you're in game and you're not on TeamSpeak, you will be warned. If you do not abide by that, then you will be kicked, people. If you're in the game, you're in TS. That's a policy we've had for 3 years, and it's one we have forever.
Can we have like a system, a bounty system, where we get like points or something if we take out some agents and like screenshot it or something? I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I guess. We'll have to talk about that later. Nothing's in place, so bring it up on the forums if you like. Make a post on your ideas, by all means, and we'll happy to put in some sort of system, I guess.
Sick.
We're all happy for hunting down people, so I'm in for that too.
Coming for you, agents and Jedis. You scum.
Seeing as you have bounty hunters, for Christ's sake, that's what bounty hunters do, hunt people.
Yeah, throw spice in the game, you know?
That's right. Alright, with that, I'll pretty much bring the meeting to an end. As we've said, recruitment, that's definitely a big thing. If you've got friends, family, your dog wants to play, get them to fill out an application, just remind them that half-assed applications don't fly. We just pretty much don't even read them. Just tell them either fix it or decline it straight out. So that's pretty much it. So go on to all the threads that we have scattered around the internets and make yourself known. Sign up. It doesn't take long. Just sign up, say hello, keep bumping threads, and one day I'm sure it will benefit you when you get sick of Tor and want to play something else. So, yeah, so thank you for everybody who attended, especially you MS boys. Thank you very much. If you could return the favour and join their meeting tomorrow, that would be appreciated. So thank you very much.